Okay, we're going live now.
Okay.
So, hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
This is the stream to start off the Double Up language exchange event, where we're going to introduce the event and explain what it is and how to get involved.
Yeah, please join.
Can you say the same intro in Japanese?
Sure. 皆さんこんにちは。このライブストリームイベントではダブルアップっていう新しく始めたラングエッジエクスチェンジのシステムをどうやって使うのかとかっていうのを紹介します。
Great. Let's start by talking about what is double up. What is the language exchange?
What is the language exchange? ラングエッジエクスチェンジって何でしょう。例えば私は、日本生まれ日本育ちなんですけど、英語が好きだったので英語を学びたいなと思ってました。
で私も英語得意なので、so I'm going to help people with their English. But
いいですね。
I think most people when they do language exchanges, they go to a big event and they talk
Group.
in a big group, maybe talk a little bit, but あんまり勉強にならないことが多いかな。
そう思います。特にランダムな人と、毎回違う人と会うので、
Yeah, that's my experience.
Yes, you always say like you introduce yourself like 100 times to like new people. いつも自己紹介だけで終わっちゃったり、英語を喋りたい人のなんだろう、私は違うけど、英語を喋りたい人と一緒だと英語喋ってよって自分が日本語を勉強するチャンスがないっていうのがたくさんあると思います。
So the double up event is a little bit different, and the idea is with this event we'll match two people who want to study together, and they can study regularly for maybe 3 months and meet maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, and then practice sort of different skills in this language exchange.
そうです。ダブルアップが一番違うのは固定の人と定期的に会って一緒に勉強する、同じゴールを目指して一緒に勉強する、それぞれの言語を同じように、学習していくっていうのが大きなポイントです。例えば3ヶ月とか週に1回じゃあ3ヶ月やりましょうって約束をして一緒にコンスタントに練習していけるっていうのが特徴的なシステムです。
Great. So for example, maybe I want to get a job in a software company in Japan, and maybe I speak some Japanese, but my business Japanese is not quite good enough. I want to practice that. Maybe I could start double up and find someone to practice business Japanese with, and then maybe they will practice business email. ちょっと違う勉強しても全然いいと思いますね。
そう、絶対にそれをやらなきゃいけないってわけじゃないんですけど、例えば仕事で日本で仕事をしたいエンジニアの人が日本語力ちょっと足りないな、ちょっと仕事で使うのには足りないなっていう時に同じように英語で仕事をしたいとかっていう人とマッチアップをするとお互い同じモチベーションで、じゃあ仕事の時ってこういう言い方をするよとか、英語だったら英語のイメールってこんな風に書くよっていうのを一緒にやっていけるのかなと思います。
Yeah, and actually this event、we've kind of taken the idea from an event that came from Kyushu University.Unfortunately, Natalia, who's just graduated Kyushu University, was going to help run this stream, but she couldn't come today, so I'm helping instead. I'm actually the community manager here at Engineer Cafe.
ありがとうございます。
何でもやります。
ありがとうございます。何でも頼もしいローリーさんです。そうなんです。このイベントをもともとアイディアを出してくれたのがナタリアさんっていう人なんですけれど、九州大学の学生だった時に、学内で行われたイベントがとても効果的で良かったって言って、学校の外でも卒業した後も同じようなスタイルでラングエッジエクスチェンジやりたいということでこれを立ち上げました。今日ちょっと来れないんです。すいません。はい。
Okay. So I think we've introduced the basic idea. Maybe let's just talk about some of the details about how to do a good language exchange and things that you might think about before you do the language exchange.
そうしましょう。
What do you think is most important?
そうですね。 most important when you do the
what should I
language
think about
exchange?
before the language exchange?
To set the goals. 絶対に、何をやりたいか、何のためにやるかっていうのを決めるのが一番大事だと思います。私は。How about you?
私もゴールがすごく大事だった。
Okay, sorry. You speak both language so perfectly makes me really confusing.
Yeah, I think
okay.
having a goal and making sure that each time you study, you use the time effectively. So don't spend 30 minutes just chatting. If you need to get better at writing emails, maybe before the meeting, make sure you write some emails and then you can look at them together and get better. It's going to be different for everyone, different for different people, but definitely think about your goal and think about how your how you can meet your goal with your practice. And that's something we can help with, right? And the Double Up organizers can help people think about their goals and plan their study.
そうですね。フォームを入れる前に、どんなことに興味があるか、その言語で何をしたいかっていうのを最初に聞くので、それをもとにこの人が合うんじゃないかなっていうようなラングエッジエクスチェンジパートナーを紹介するような形です。
That's right. Yeah. So when hopefully you've got your language exchange partner and you've got your goals and your study plan, where can we meet? How can we do the language exchange?
そうですね。普通だったらカフェであったりとか、すると思うんですけど、今そうですね。なかなかちょっと直接会うっていうのは難しい時期でもあるので、やっぱりオンラインでできるところはやっていこうかなっていう感じですね。エンジニアカフェさんの、OK、じゃあちょっとディスコードについて聞きたいんですけど、そうやって2人が、勉強するようなオンラインのチャットができる場を貸していただけるということなので、説明お願いします。
So the Engineer Cafe, online Engineer Cafe is a Discord channel, and if you've used Discord, you'll know how easy it is, but it's just like Slack or other chat rooms, but there's also audio and video rooms. So if you go on the link in the description of this YouTube video, you can log into the online Engineer Cafe and find a channel to chat with your partner. So if you agree to meet, let's say every Monday at 6 p.m, you could just log on to the Discord every Monday at 6 p.m. and jump in the same channel with that person. Maybe let's explain that in Japanese.
Sure. なんかディスコードっていうのが、スラックとか使ってらっしゃる方わかるかもしれないですけど、チャットができるようなオンラインのサービスになっていて、で同じリンクをクリックすると、そのチャットワークに入れるっていうような感じですね。チャットワークごめんなさい、間違えた。チャットルームに入れるっていう感じですね。で、だからラングエッジエクスチェンジのパートナーが決まったら、じゃあ毎週月曜日のじゃあ6時にやりましょうって決めたら、2人がその時間にそのリンクをクリックしてチャットルームに入って、なんかラングエッジエクスチェンジを始めるっていう感じですね。そうやって使っていただけます。Yes.
Great, yeah.
で、もし、sorry. もし直接会って話すのも楽しいと思うので、こうやって気をつけながら全部にいろんなことに気をつけて、例えばここのエンジニアカフェさんのミーティングルームとかを借りてちょっと1時間とかやっていくのも、もしね同じ場所に住んでるんだったらいいと思います。福岡とか。
Yeah, I think if people really want to meet in person, we have a lot of space in the Engineer Cafe, and we have hand sanitizer, masks. We can keep social distance here. We open the windows to change the air. Also, it's getting warmer outside. We have a lovely terrace that you can come study at, so you could meet outside at the Engineer Cafe.
絶対いいですね。カフェじゃなくてテラス。
We should have done the stream from outside.
いや本当にやりたい。それオープンした時にはそっちでももう一回やります。
Great. Yeah. Should we take a quick look at how you can sign up? Like how do we sign up to Double Up?
なるほど。Good. これでじゃあいいなって思ったら申し込んでいただくというか、ラングエッジエクスチェンジ始めてみようかなって言って申し込み方なんですけど、Google フォームを作っているので、そのフォームに
I'll show everyone the form.
ありがとうございます。
I think
Thank
we can
you.
just pop into the corner here. So it's a pretty simple form. I'm sure you just need to put in a few details like your name, your email, gender, age, the language you want to learn, and your level of that language, languages you speak maybe natively, and a few other things about your goals and places you want to meet, your interests, So all of these details are just for the kind of double up people,
Yep.
the private, but they'll help double up to match you with a person who's going to fit really well.
はい、そうです、このフォームちょっと長いんですけど、本当に個人情報というか自分の名前と E メールアドレスだけで、あとはマッチングのための材料ですね、どれぐらい言語でどれぐらいのレベルを目指したいとか、自分がその言語でどれぐらいのレベルなのかっていうのを答えてもらいます。
So there's this question here which is like, in the language I want to learn, I can understand phrases at the shops and the post office, right? At a simple level, or I can understand the TV news, or I can understand meetings at work, and so on. So, just to give us an idea about your level. And if you want to write other things like TOEIC scores or tests you've done, maybe how long you've studied for, just any details that are useful.
そうですね、最適なラングエッジエクスチェンジパートナーを見つけるために役に立ちそうな自分のスコア、TOEICスコアとか自分のレベルが分かるものがあれば入れてもらったらすごく参考になります。
Yeah. And all of this is again linked to in the description. And there's actually one more link in the description. There's a Facebook group where you can use it a bit like a message board and chat to other people, leave messages for the organizers of Double Up and other people in the group. So that's going to be like a central point, right?
Yep.
For people to meet and make messages and stuff like that.
さっきのフォームで申し込んでいただくんですけど、Facebook ページでもグループを作ってます。そこでは、例えばみんなでイベントをするとか、そういうイベントを情報を出したり、あとラングエッジエクスチェンジをやってるその皆さんがメッセージを残したり情報共有したりっていうような感じで使っていただけたらなと思います。
Great. Is there anything else we need to mention about?
そうですね。
Go on.
で E メールアドレスね、E メールアドレスとか自分のお名前とかなんですけど、パートナーラングエッジエクスチェンジのパートナーが決まるまではどこにも出ていきません。っていうか決まっても出ていきません。ラングエッジエクスチェンジパートナーの人とだけ自分で交換してもらうような形になります。
Yeah. So hopefully we're gonna keep everyone's privacy and using your email address is just going to be for the organizers until we kind of match people up and then we agree to make the exchange. So we're going to protect all the privacy as much as possible.
そうです。はい。
I think that's everything. We talked about how to make a good plan, make a good goal, and we'll support everyone doing that. We talked about how to sign up on the form and the groups, and it's all in the description on this YouTube video.
そう。そうですね。あとガイドラインかな。どうだろう。
Okay.
いや、ダブルアップにはガイドラインっていうのがあって、普通のラングエッジエクスチェンジでパートナーをマッチアップして、じゃあはいどうぞ勝手にやってくださいっていうのもありなんですけど、こういうところに気をつけてやったらもっといいですよっていうようなガイドラインを、英語と日本語でお送りします。
Yeah.
例えば私たち2人がラングエッジエクスチェンジをしているとして、私は英語を学びたい、1時間やろうねって言って50分ぐらい英語で喋っちゃう、でそれはちょっとあんまりフェアじゃないので、ちゃんとフェアに行きましょうということで30分日本語30分英語でやりましょうねっていうようなガイドライン、あとはどういうゴールにお互いがゴールをセットしましょうね。そのゴールがメジャラブル、なんだろう、
数字で表せることか、
そう確認可能なもの、達成の確認が可能なものにしましょうっていうようなヒントを少し用意してます。
Let me just do that all in English now if I can remember everything. So yeah, so Double Up is going to provide some guidelines to help people's language exchanges go really well. Things like make sure the amount of time you spend in both languages is the same, to keep things fair. If you spend 50 minutes speaking Japanese and 10 minutes speaking English is not really fair. So hopefully we'll give you these guidelines in English and Japanese to make sure you understand how to keep things nice and fair. What was the last thing? I think there's one more thing.
One thing, ですね、ちゃんとラングエッジエクスチェンジをやるその頻度、じゃあ週に1回やろうとか、月に1回でもいいです。ちゃんと2人が合意して月に1回やりましょう、週に1回やりましょうっていうのはきちんと決めた方がいいですね。 次またいつかっていうのはなかなか起こらないので。
Right, yeah. So, and hopefully this is something that you can put on the form when you write it, but also we can talk to you and the other person before the language exchange starts. You know, maybe you're seriously studying for 3 months before you're going to apply for a job. So maybe you can study every week.
Yeah.
Or maybe you want to do once a month and see how it goes. As long as you're kind of the expectations are about the same for both people, I think it'll go fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, the plan for next part was to do like a simulation of a language exchange.
Okay.
Somehow this makes me the most nervous.
Oh, it makes me most nervous too.
So
Alright,
here
we go.
Well, we've chosen some topics, haven't we?
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and I want to study 敬語。今後ちょっと全部日本語
わかり
に
ました
なると思うけど、
はい、今はじゃあ日本語の時間、
日本語の時間
彼が日本語を学ぶ時間です。
で5分日本語。
よし、じゃあ5分いきましょう。OK。はい。
質問あります。
お、なんでしょう。
行くっていう単語の敬語についてちょっと勉強したいけど、
なるほどね。
まあ私の目標は、仕事で敬語を使うだなと思って、まあ敬語もうちょっとスムーズに使えたらいいな。
なるほど。行く、なんか誰が行くかによってちょっと変わりますね。
じゃあとりあえず何がある？
自分が行くときには参ります、を使います。例えばじゃあ2時にあなたの会社に行きますじゃなくて2時に、御社に参ります。ここ2つ敬語が出てきちゃった。御社はもう相手の会社の丁寧な言い方です。しかもこれは口で喋ってる口語、会話をしてる時の、丁寧な言い方が御社。メールで書くときは記者。
御社。なるほど。じゃあ、御社に参ります。
はい、素晴らしい。
お客さんのとこ行くことになったら
お客さんか取引先。いいと思います。
じゃあ参りますは自分のこと。
自分のことですね。
私が行きます。目上の人、お客さんがどっか行く時とか、こっち来る時とか、どうやって言います？お客さんが来ましたとか、お客さんが来てミーティングルームで待ってますとか、そういう風に。
わかりました。お客さん来た時にはいらっしゃるを使っていらっしゃいました。な
るほど。
で、待っていますも、待っていらっしゃいますっていうとすごく丁寧ですね。
なるほど。じゃあ何々会社の鈴木さんが会議室で待っていらっしゃる。
素晴らしい。ただ
難しいですね。
そうですね。それは誰に話すのかによって本当に敬語は違うので、例えば自分の会社の中の人には違う取引先の人がいて、自分の会社の社員がいて、であなたも私の会社で働いている場合、この場ではここでは敬語は使いません。あんまりね、ちょっと複雑。
来週勉強しましょう。
来週しましょう。わお、こんな感じで。
これは日本語タイム終わったら英語タイムにしましょうか。
よし。
What's the topic for English?
Okay,
What do you want to study this week?
Sure. My goal is to live outside of Japan, go overseas.
Right.
I want to live in Australia, for example. Yeah.
Kangaroos.
Sunlight, warm, nice weather. Also, my best friends in Australia. So, それで okay.
What do you want to study?
I need to get my phone contract.
Oh, okay, so that's a good situation.
Very complicated.
So maybe we're talking about phone contracts.
Sure, like pretend that this is like a phone store. Then you order stuff. I'm the customer.
Okay, so you go into a phone shop and I'm the shop assistant. So I say, hi, how can I help you?
Hi, okay, how can I say now? I want a phone.
Okay, I want a phone. So I want a phone is a little bit too straightforward. I'm sure it's fine, right? But maybe let's change I want to I would like.
I'll
make
try
it a little
that.
bit softer.
Sure.
Or maybe I'm looking for a phone.
Okay.
Would probably be a good phrase. And you could use it for any shop, right?
Yeah,
I'm looking for a phone. I'm looking for a car.
Okay,
I'm looking
but
for cheese.
Yeah, I thought looking for is like looking for something specific, like not just like a cheese or like a donut shop.
I think you could use that both,
Okay.
depending on the situation.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking for a phone, or you could say I'm looking to buy a phone,
Okay. Okay.
which means like
Sounds good.
this situation. I'm
Okay,
looking to
okay.
buy a phone, but I don't know.
Okay,
So
okay,
let's do
okay.
the same conversation.
Sure.
So, hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking to buy a phone.
Oh, okay.
And yes.
Do you want a prepaid phone or a contract?
Well, I'm going to be here for long, so maybe contract. Do you have any like what options do you have?
Right. So maybe if you start talking about phone contracts, you're gonna hear things about the monthly price. I mean, I've never been to Australia. I don't know how much a phone contract in Australia is going to cost, but it'd be in Australian dollars, right? So maybe
Chose
they
the wrong city.
chose
Okay.
wrong. Yeah.
How about things going in London or
In London.
in England?
I think phone contracts are pretty cheap in London. It's like £10
£10 per month.
per month for like a cheap phone contract,
Okay.
which is £10 is about 1,500 yen.
Yeah.
But that's no phone, just a contract.
Okay.
just
Okay.
the
Okay.
SIM card.
Okay.
So that might be something they might ask you. They might ask if you want to get a phone and a contract bundled together, or do you just want just a SIM card
Okay. Bundle.
bundled together,
Set.
like a set? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, great. So,
I'll probably will have my iPhone like SIM free. Is SIM free the same?
well, SIM free is a little bit kind of Japanese English or Western.
でしょ? Yeah, sounds
Do
like
you know
it.
what the right answer would be? The right way?
SIM lock free.
Close. I think we say unlocked.
Oh,
We
unlock.
say like, oh, my phone is unlocked,
Okay.
so I can use any SIM card. You might tell that to the shop. I've got an unlocked iPhone from Japan, so I can use any SIM card.
Okay, so probably I'm gonna buy just a SIM card because I don't need to buy a phone.
Great.
All right.
Right.
SIM card, just SIM card contract.
I'm sure like the contract has a lot of details. Maybe if this was a real 30-minute
Yes.
practice, we could go and talk about contracts and,
Okay,
and how to
okay.
do that stuff. But you get the idea,
Yes,
right?
I get
So
an idea.
This is the idea. We both have our goals for the conversation and practice. We're both working on a specific topic for the goal today, and that'll be different for different people.
Yeah.
And it's fair. We spend half the time in English, half the time in Japanese, or whatever language you're looking at. Yeah. So hopefully that gives everyone a bit of an idea of how they need to do their kind of practice. If anyone watching the stream has a question, please go ahead and write a question in the question box. We are live, or at least 20 seconds behind live.
Okay.
So,
20 seconds.
we'll see
Lot of
about
time.
any quick questions now.
All right. Yeah.
Can you think of anything else you'd like to add while we're waiting for some questions to come through?
No, the double up is I want to keep it really simple, just for someone who wants to learn different languages effectively. Yeah. So just sign up with your information, match up the partner, and then do the language exchange over online
Yeah.
or meet in a meeting room. You can rent a meeting room
Right.
here.
Yeah, I think just make sure you have a good idea of your goals.
Yep.
When you sign up on
Definitely.
the form, like read the form and think about what you want to do. So hopefully you can find a partner who's kind of the similar motivation and interests as you, and they want to do the same thing. I definitely think it's a nice opportunity because I used to go to language exchanges in person and I would just do 同じ自己紹介, the same self-introduction like 10 times and then finish. And it was so boring and I never learnt much. But then I had a language exchange with one person for about a year and we learned loads and we did half English and half Japanese. もう本当に勉強になりましたね、その経験。
へー。
だいぶ前の話です。8年 ?9 年前
9年前か。Yeah, if you have a language exchange with the same person, you know, you obviously don't introduce yourself on a second time, right? So
and you understand the things they're good at and the things they're not good at. Even though like people, you don't need to be a language teacher, and your partner is not a language teacher, of course, which is something worth mentioning. Maybe, まあ、なんか日本語の先生、英語の先生じゃないから、まあ、
できない？
めっちゃくちゃ細かい文法の説明、まあ教えてくれないかも、できないかもしれないけど、they might not be able to tell you the same, all the details, but you can kind of, talk about things, from a non-teacher perspective. So I think even though,
I agree.
Yeah, so maybe don't expect them to be super into grammar or know every single phrase, but they can teach you a lot of phrases and a lot of things.
Yeah, and if you need like a details, like a correct grammar, I don't know, like if you need a teacher, you have to go to school. Yeah.
Oh, I've just remembered something they didn't say. So if you want to sign up for this time, the deadline, is the 28th of February. So the end of February is the deadline.
Yep.
And then after that, we'll try and match people next month, I guess.
Yeah, そうですね。そのフォームが一応入力期限っていうのが2月28日の今月末になってます。一度この日っていう締め切りを決めないとその中でマッチアップができないので、その時までに入力してください。
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just can't remember that the good things right now is you can do the language exchange because we're doing it online. You can do online. You can do the language exchange with someone who lives in the country.
Yeah.
In Australia.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that is a good thing. Like, maybe if you live far from the city a little bit, I think some people maybe used to commute into Fukuoka and now they don't. They're working remote. まあそれでもlanguage exchange できるっていいね。
すごいいいですね。多分私もやります。
Yeah, I think I want to sign
I'm working from home. I need someone to talk to.
Right.
And if you can brush up my English, that would be super.
Yeah, and sometimes it's nice to have. I mean, lots of people at the engineer cafe are in programmers or in IT, and so I think a lot of people can study the kind of special language they need for IT. Sometimes it's difficult to ask your coworkers. Like you can't go and ask your boss, how do I use keigo? How do I use polite language? Yeah, so it's good to have like other people you can speak to, and especially last year and this year, it's been very hard to meet people to talk
Yes. ね。なんか専門用語っていう今なんかすごい良かったなと思ったんですけど、エンジニアの人で英語やりたいけど自分のエンジニアに関する英語を学びたいときって、エンジニアじゃない人とラングエッジエクスチェンジをしてもなかなか難しいと思うんですよね。これどうやって言うの？これなんていう意味って聞いてもその言葉知らないから、そもそも難しい。
私ずっと前からなんか知りたかったのは、なんか式の読み方とか、なかなか教科書とか辞書に載ってない。式方程式の読み方、まあ当たり前だから書かないとか。
載ってない。っていうか英語で読めない。
So like I always wanted to learn how to read like equations and stuff in Japanese, and it's just something that's really hard to look up, and you really need to speak to someone who knows how to do it, like a bit of experience, technical, mathematical. So that helped me a lot.
でそういうことが実現できるといいなと思って始めたグループです。
Yeah, and I have to just say again, thank you to Natalia for starting off this, even though she's not here right now. Don't do that. That makes it look like she's dead.
違う。No. Alright, this is the sign. I don't know.
It's like looking up to heaven.
違う。I'm looking at the. Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe a little cultural difference there.
Sure.
But
Thank you, Natalia. Good luck. Everything. Good luck with
she's,
everything that she has.
Yeah, she's
to
not
do.
sick. She's just looking for a job. So.
Yeah. Good luck, Natalia. 頑張れ。
Yeah. So that's why she couldn't be here today, but she will be in other events and other streams. Yeah, that's another thing. Maybe when things get a bit more normal and people can meet up in real life, we'd really like to have in-person events with maybe a bit of conversation and study and games. It's a bit difficult to do now, but definitely in the future.
Yeah.
Yep.
So language exchange pair working on like a two-person.
Yeah.
But sometimes too, like as a community group, we wish to have some events on either online, offline.
And of course, we have wonderful spaces here at the Engineer Cafe to do those things.
Yes, let's have a.
Yeah,
Can we
inside
have a
outside.
barbecue
I
at the
don't think we can
terrace?
have a
Okay,
barbecue.
no barbecue. Okay.
But I think we could do stuff outside.
Okay.
Maybe like
Cup of tea.
Cups of tea, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a cafe here. It's fine.
Great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Shall we finish there then? Is that a
Sure.
good place to finish? Right. Thank you everyone for listening. If you've got any questions, go maybe ask them on the Facebook group. Oh, hang on. Someone did ask a question. Let's have a quick look. What about searching for someone wanting to collaborate on creating a small project, say 2 or 3 hours of development time?
Wow.
That's a great question, actually. Right now, this event is mainly focused on language exchange.
Yes.
However, I think if you had a project and you wanted to kind of get involved, someone else to like explain that project in another language, that would work. Maybe this person is like looking for someone to do like lots of programming work together with on a project, which maybe it doesn't quite fit double up. However, I think if you hang around the online engineer cafe, post some things on the Discord. There's lots of different channels about like studying and self-introductions. Post on those channels and say, hey, I've got this cool project. What do you think? Post some code. Then I definitely think you could find someone to get involved that way.
Yep.
But yeah, when you write the form, write about the projects you're interested in. Definitely, that's a fun thing to do. Write about the programming languages you use. Great.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
definitely.
question.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess we're going to finish off there. So if you want to sign up on the form. The deadline is the 28th. If you want to ask a question, please ask the Facebook group.
Yep.
Anything you want to add?
No, nothing to add. Everything's
Great.
simple and clear.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.